One prank, one miscalculation, one moment that couldn't be taken back. That's all it took. Tonight, these are the most horrific deaths caused by pranks. Moments meant to shock or entertain that spiraled into irreversible tragedy. Some were watched in real time, some were recorded. All of them ended with silence, where laughter was supposed to be. Number 9. The fake hanging prank. It was May 2015 in Hull, England. The victim was a young man participating in what he believed would be a staged prank video. The idea was simple and extreme. A fake hanging meant to shock passers-by and capture their reactions on camera. The motive was attention, something shocking enough to stand out online. The scene was an abandoned-looking alleyway. Overcast skies. A rope was visible. A camera was hidden nearby. There was an early warning sign. As the setup took longer than expected, the rope was heavier than planned. Someone joked about how real it looked. What they didn't realize was how little margin there is when the body is suspended, even briefly. Footage shows the prank beginning. The victim steps into position. The rope tightens. At first it looks convincing by design. Then seconds pass. The struggle is subtle, a shift in weight, legs trying to find footing that isn't there. The prank stretches longer than rehearsed. That's the point of no return. Panic breaks out. The rope is cut. The victim collapses to the ground, unconscious. Emergency services arrive quickly, but oxygen deprivation has already done irreversible damage. He is pronounced dead later at the hospital. The official cause of death is asphyxiation. The video is never uploaded. Police investigate the crew. Public warnings follow about realistic pranks that replicate lethal scenarios. A prank designed to look like death ended up becoming exactly that, but the next one unfolded in front of a crowd. Number 8. The wedding firework. Surprise. It was October 2016 in Uttar Pradesh, India. The victim was a wedding guest. The prank was meant to be celebratory, an unexpected firework explosion timed for dramatic effect during a dance sequence. The motive was spectacle, a moment guests would never forget. The venue was packed, music was loud, people stood shoulder to shoulder. There was a warning sign. Fireworks had been placed too close to the crowd. Some guests stepped back. What they didn't realize was how unpredictable ground fireworks become in enclosed or crowded spaces. Video recordings show the moment the device is lit. And sparks shoot outward instead of upward. Smoke fills the frame. Then comes the impact. The firework detonates sideways, striking multiple guests. Screams replace music. The camera shakes violently as people run. Bystanders attempt to help. Someone pours water. Others call emergency services. The victim sustains severe injuries and is rushed to the hospital, where they later die. Authorities rule the death accidental but cite reckless endangerment. Organizers face legal action. Local governments issue renewed restrictions on fireworks at private events. The footage circulates briefly before being taken down, but the chaos is unmistakable. And still, some pranks relied on fear rather than fire. Number 7. The masked chase. Prank. It was September 2014 in São Paulo, Brazil. The victim was a pedestrian walking home at night. The prank involved a masked individual chasing strangers to record their reactions for a hidden camera video. The street was narrow, dimly lit. Traffic echoed nearby. There was a warning sign early. Several people fled in genuine panic. Someone shouted to stop. What the pranksters didn't realize was how fear can override logic and lead straight into danger. CCTV footage shows the masked figure sprinting toward the victim. The victim turns and runs, directly into the road. A vehicle enters the frame at speed. The collision happens in seconds. The camera keeps rolling. Screaming fills the audio. The masked prankster drops the costume and runs toward the victim. Emergency services arrive quickly, but the injuries are catastrophic. The victim is pronounced dead at the scene. Police later confirm the prank was a direct contributing factor. The creators are charged. The video equipment is seized. Public backlash is swift. Chase prank videos are widely condemned, and platforms remove similar content en masse. Fear was the punchline. Death was the result. Number 6. The Livestream Cold Challenge. It was December 2018 in Yaroslavl, Russia. The victim was a young live streamer known online for extreme dares suggested by viewers. His motive was simple and immediate: attention. Donations, proving he could outlast anyone else watching. The scene was bleak and quiet. Snow covered the ground. Streetlights reflected off ice. The camera was propped up outdoors as viewers joined the stream. Breath fogged the lens. Alerts chimed as money came in. There was a warning sign early. His speech began to slow. He laughed it off. What he didn't realize was how quickly hypothermia shuts down judgment before it shuts down the body. Footage shows him pacing at first, trying to stay animated. Minutes pass. His movements stiffen. He starts to sway. At one point, he sits down. Just for a second, still talking to the chat. That was the point of no return. The stream continues. Viewers assume it's part of the stunt. Comments scroll by. Some encourage him to stand. Others think he's acting. The cold keeps working. He never gets back up. Emergency services are called after concerned viewers contact authorities. Paramedics arrive to find him unresponsive in the snow. He is pronounced dead shortly after. The official cause of death is hypothermia, with alcohol listed as a contributing factor. The channel is removed. Clips are scrubbed. Viewers argue in comment sections about responsibility. But the footage remains, a frozen reminder of how entertainment pressure can erase survival instinct. But the next death was even harder to watch. Number 5. The YouTube prank that ended with a gunshot. It was June 28, 2017, in Desert Shores, Minnesota. Pedro Ruiz was a young father. His girlfriend, Mona Lisa Perez, was a YouTube creator trying to build a channel through shocking stunts. The motive was clout, a viral moment, proof they would do anything for views. They stood outside, holding a large hardcover book against Pedro's chest. A camera was rolling. Children were nearby. There was a warning sign. Friends had expressed concern. Viewers later questioned why a real firearm was involved at all. But what they didn't realize, or ignored, was that no book could reliably stop a high-caliber bullet at close range. Footage shows hesitation, laughter, a countdown. Pedro reassures her it will work. She pulls the trigger. The impact moment is abrupt. The camera captures shock, not spectacle. Pedro collapses immediately. Screaming replaces laughter. Mona Lisa calls 911, still filming. The video cuts. Emergency responders arrive within minutes, but there is nothing they can do. Pedro is pronounced dead at the scene. The official ruling, homicide by reckless use of a firearm. Mona Lisa is later sentenced to prison. The channel disappears. The prank genre comes under renewed scrutiny. Platforms tighten firearm content rules. The clip is never officially released, but its existence, referenced in court and media reports, cements this case as one of the clearest examples of how just a prank can cross into fatal reality. And yet, not every prank involved weapons. Number 4. The fake emergency that became real. It was August 2013 in London, England. The victim was a construction worker walking home late at night after a long shift. He wasn't filming. He wasn't part of the joke. The pranksters were. They were recording a so-called social experiment, staging what appeared to be a violent emergency in a quiet street to capture raw reactions for a video. The setting felt uneasy from the start. The road was dimly lit. Traffic passed only occasionally. Voices echoed louder than they should have. As cameras rolled, a fake argument escalated quickly, designed to sound threatening and unpredictable. There was a warning sign almost immediately. The victim slowed his pace. He hesitated. His body language showed uncertainty, then concern. He didn't turn away. He stepped closer. What the pranksters didn't realize was how powerful fear can be when it hijacks the body. Audio later reveals frantic shouting. The victim approaches, attempting to intervene, possibly to help. Then everything changes. He suddenly clutches his chest and collapses onto the pavement. The prank stops instantly. Laughter vanishes. Cameras are switched off. Bystanders rush forward, shouting for help. Emergency services arrive and rush him to the hospital, but there is nothing doctors can do. He is pronounced dead shortly afterward. The official cause of death is ruled a sudden cardiac event. Investigators later confirmed the intense stress of the staged confrontation was a major contributing factor. The video is never uploaded. The creators face investigation and widespread backlash. Headlines question the idea of a harmless prank. Fear, it turns out, doesn't need physical contact to kill. And some pranks escalate even faster than this. Number 3. The Balcony Dare. It was July 2019 in Chongqing, China. The victim was a young man filming content for social media. The prank was aimed at friends, pretending to slip while hanging from a balcony edge. The city below buzzed with traffic. The phone camera was pointed outward, capturing height and reaction. There was a warning sign. The railing was slick from recent rain. What he didn't realize was how little grip strength matters once momentum shifts. Footage shows him laughing, pretending to lose balance. Then his hand actually slips. The moment is sudden. The camera jerks. There is a brief scream. The recording cuts mid-motion. Bystanders rush outside after hearing the impact. Emergency services arrive, but the fall from several stories is unsurvivable. Authorities confirm the death was accidental. The video spreads briefly before being removed. Friends later say the prank was never meant to go that far. The internet doesn't care. The clip becomes another warning about heights, pressure, and the illusion of control. And still, some pranks unfolded live. Number 2. The live stream stunt with no safety net. It was March 2020 in India. The victim was a teenager broadcasting to a small but growing audience. The prank involved pretending to faint near a moving train to scare viewers. The platform was loud. Wind roared. The train tracks vibrated as engines passed. There was a warning sign, comments begging him to move back. What he didn't realize was how suction and imbalance near high-speed trains can pull a body forward. The live stream captures him stepping closer for effect. He stumbles. The signal shakes violently. Viewers watch in real time as the camera drops and the stream disconnects. Railway staff arrive within minutes, but the injuries are fatal. Authorities rule the death an accident. The platform removes the account. Local officials issue safety warnings about filming near tracks. For the viewers who watched it live, the moment never leaves. But the final case may be the most unsettling. Number 1. The prank call that triggered a police response. It was December 2017 in Wichita, Kansas. The target was an uninvolved man at home. The prank was swatting, a false emergency call designed to provoke a police response, all for online entertainment. The house was quiet. Night had settled in. There was a warning sign. Swatting had already resulted in injuries in other cases. What the caller didn't realize was how quickly false information becomes lethal once police are involved. Body cam footage shows officers approaching the home with weapons drawn. Confusion escalates. Commands are shouted. Within seconds, a shot is fired. The victim collapses in his driveway. Paramedics arrive, but he is pronounced dead at the scene. The official ruling: death by police gunfire during a response to a hoax call. The caller is later convicted and sentenced to prison. Platforms begin cracking down harder on prank calls. Law enforcement agencies update response protocols. But the damage is permanent. These weren't accidents born from nature or fate. They were decisions. Pressure. A belief that the moment would stop before the consequences began. No clip is worth a life. No prank is harmless once control is lost. If this video stayed with you, the next one goes even deeper into moments caught on record, where one choice changed everything.